You guys, so yeah, today I just really want to make a video specify just for pneumonia, just because I really want you guys to know what it really is. And yeah, this is more of a awareness video, and just to make sure that if you ever do have a litter right now or in the future, I just want you to know how to actually take care of it, and spot it really early. Spot it really early, just because pneumonia is like one of the most common reasons how puppies die. And not to say that my puppy does have pneumonia now. This is just literally a newborn, just literally a day old. And if you guys watch my video, you guys can get updated with that pretty much. But yeah, this video is just a awareness video just for you guys. So let's talk about pneumonia, okay? Pneumonia is just the infection or the inflammation of the lungs, which is caused by having anything that enters the lungs, right? And the lungs cannot expel the contents out, therefore it will get infected or inflamed, and yeah, immune system cannot suppress it, which therefore it gets infected, and yeah, which causes pain in breathing, and you just cannot breathe correctly, and therefore your body gets weak, and then you eventually just you you have a hard time breathing until you die. And that's one of the most common reasons why puppies really die. You know what I mean? So hopefully you guys are catching up on. And for you guys that actually do have this problem right now, my number one tip, and to really prevent this, is to stop the aspirating. Whether if they're bottle feeding and they can still aspirate from sucking on the mom's milk, even though people always say, oh, it shouldn't happen because it's sucking on the mom's milk. Guys, it happens. It happens because sometimes mama's milk could be really swell. Maybe her flow is just too much. Really, the milk is supposed to be smooth, okay? It's not like, when you squeeze it like a cow, it's supposed to come out, not like constant, not when it's like shooting out like crazy, like, you know what I mean? So that's really what it's supposed to be like a constant supply of milk, but not too damn much. Because if it's too much, puppies drink too much, or the puppies are too strong, therefore it rushes in, and then too much milk and it comes out the nose, and sometimes it gets into the lungs as well. And that's one of the most common reasons why puppies get pneumonia, pretty much. So number one, I want you to stop, I want you to supervise the puppy. As you guys see, every time when I'm feeding my puppy or just supervising, I'm watching them, I make sure there's no milk come out of the nose. That's my number one tip for you. Number two is to tell the symptoms. There's two ways that I can tell the symptoms of pneumonia. Really easy, really easy. Number one is breathing, cracking sounds. When the puppy is breathing, there is cracking sounds. Like you hear is they breathe through the nose. It sounds just exactly like that. Maybe even higher. It sounds like that, cracking sounds when their puppy is breathing, and the breathing is really weak too, and that's how you know, like, okay, if you hear that for sure, most likely, like, I'm 99.9% sure the puppy's got pneumonia, literally. And second symptom is the smell, and the smell does not smell like your ordinary just like dog shit feces smell. No, the smell literally smells bad. Like, it smells vile, like rotten and bacteria. It smells terrible. And you can even bring the puppy like close to you, smell its nose, smell its mouth. A puppy or a dog's mouth is supposed to smell clean, especially a puppy. A puppy's mouth is supposed to smell like nothing. But when you do smell it and it smells bad, and on top of that you hear the cracking sounds as well, most likely the puppy's got pneumonia. So what are the treatments for this, right? The treatments can be is amoxicillin, or aka antibiotics. Antibiotics can help that. Antibiotics even help with upper respiratory infection, and that's pretty much it. And then just prevent future aspirations, is that even a word, of the puppy, and just pray for the best. You have to just pray for the best, and let the body, let the puppy's body do its own work, and just pray for the best that the puppy will make it. If you catch early, if you catch it too late, most likely you guys, I just want to be honest with you guys, most likely the puppy's gonna die. But there is a slim chance, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, it sucks, man. And hopefully for you guys that's come across my channel, if you are having this problem right now, hopefully you guys learned something from this. And for the ones that are just watching right now, just as a awareness video, that's good for you. But if it is happening to you right now, hopefully I went in depth good enough for you to tell, like, okay, I really do have this problem. Most likely you can buy it, you can get the amoxicillin antibiotics from Chewy, or most likely you're gonna take it to the vet. But sometimes you guys, the vet can only do so much too with fading puppy syndrome. They're just literally just gonna diagnose the puppy with fading puppy syndrome, and fading puppy syndrome is just pretty much a vague term of saying the puppy's just not gonna make it. But you guys seen in my previous videos, or in my experience, I've beaten puppy fading syndrome, with diarrhea, with bloody diarrhea, sometimes pneumonia, and it happens. It happens here like once in a while for me, but guys, it happens. And even me as a professional, it happens. That's just part of breeding, and which is why I don't like to bottle feed, and I just strictly tube feed now if it's necessary, as a last resort. So I'm gonna let that pass, and yeah, hopefully you guys learned something from that. And yeah, like and subscribe if you guys do want more information on raising puppies, or litters, or sub Qs, or tube feeding. If you want to learn how to do that, I'd be down to FaceTime you and try to my best to actually guide you on the right path on pretty much how to take care of your puppies. If not, you might possibly have to take it to a whelper. Some whelpers might not take it, some whelpers do. It just all depends. So love you guys so much, and yeah, like and subscribe, and hopefully you guys learned something from that. And yeah, I'll be making more future videos on pretty much me whelping puppies, and going in depth things just like pneumonia and viruses and stuff like that. Alright guys, love you guys so much. Peace. Yeah guys, that's pretty much it that I wanted to add to this video. And yeah, just if it ever does come down to it, if I do have to tube feed or not, or if I'm just getting too tired, I might resort to it. But as of right now, I think Reaper's supply of milk is pretty good enough. And since there's less puppies, there's only one puppy, she should have all that milk to herself. It's not like they're fighting each other for the milk, you know what I mean? Because if you have a lot of puppies, they're fighting each other just to latch onto the nipple. And it's literally, in the terms of the wild, that's literally the survival of the fittest. Puppies fight each other. But just a good tip for you guys, just a good thing for you guys to know. But yeah, if you guys want to learn how to tube feed, I advise you guys to learn how to tube feed. It's faster, it's much more efficient. You know how much cc's you're getting, and they just get full. You can feed them within 5 minutes, okay, just on average. It takes me like under a minute to finish tube feeding one puppy at a time. So but as I was saying, it doesn't take as much time as hand feeding them or whelping from the mom. If mom's not making good milk and stuff like that, or mom's making too much milk, there's a lot of factors, you guys. There's a lot of factors where sometimes you just have to resort to tube feeding and stuff like that. So once you get the hang of it, although it is risky, even if you ask your vets you want to learn how to do it and they say no, it's a good tool to have. It's a good skill to have in your arsenal to know. You just never know. If mom's out of the picture, and you cannot whelp the puppies, and you have to whelp the puppies on your own pretty much. And it's just a lot better than bottle feeding. And I could 100% preach that, just because bottle feeding, it's not as fluent or buoyant like nipples. It's different from nipples, from the skin. Bottles are just not as good, especially like the little skinny ones or the big ones. It's just not as good. It's meant for humans, right? And that's pretty much it. So bottle feeding can actually aspirate even more than just nipple feeding. So hopefully you guys learned something from that. You know, there's pros and cons with each. But I do not bottle feed my puppies no more. I just strictly to feed if they do need the assist. Other than that, that's pretty much it. But for the first couple of days, colostrum from the mama's milk matters most importantly, and temperature matters most importantly too. They're on par with each other. Temperature first, and second, colostrum from the mama's milk. And that's pretty much it. Love you guys so much. Hopefully you guys learned something from that. That's pretty much it. Love you guys. Peace. Look at that muscle, y'all. My lord, she is buff. My gosh. She made a stink look. What? Can you fix your arm? You're looking a little messed up now. Hello, big bear. Mr. Big Head. Damn, girl. Buff as hell.